Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is really going to be a multifaceted. We're going to talk about fashion, vehicles, gardening, and that burn pit, the fire pit that I got out there. Let's talk about what I've done so far this morning. We'll hit some fashion for you. Let's go out here and look at the fire pit. You're going to note that there's some bushes out there that I've pulled out of the ground and placed next to the fire pit. We're going to burn those up later on, but let's go back over here to the house for a minute. And let's look what I've been doing. And basically I pulled out some of the bushes. Right here at the corner of the house, over here I guess, there is a bush, a piece of a bush still in the ground there. I'll pull that out later. Basically what I've done is I take my tow straps that I use to tow my lawnmower out of the mud, and I wrap it around the base of the bush. And it's a four-wheel drive truck over here, the vehicle part of the show. And I just wrap it around the bush. I wrap it around once, I wrap it around again. I pull the two hooks over to the truck. I'll show you the hookup in a minute. And then I use the truck over here to go ahead and just basically put it in four-wheel drive and pull the bush right out of the ground. There's a variety of techniques to do this. It hasn't been raining here so bad recently, and the ground is not wet. So it's dry ground. We're not sprinkling that. We didn't soak it down with water. There's all kinds of techniques you can use. I would highly recommend it if you're wanting to pull bushes out using this technique. Go through YouTube, use the term search, or the search term, ripping bushes out of the ground with a vehicle, ripping bushes out with a vehicle, pulling bushes out of the ground with a vehicle, things of that nature, and find a number of these videos out there. There's a few of them out there. My wife, Misdemeanor, and I watched a few last night, but it's not taking me very long to pull some bushes out. It didn't take me very long, just a few seconds, to wrap this cable around the bush trunk twice. I wrap it around again, pull that tight, make sure I got relatively equal lengths coming back here to the truck. Let's go and show you the fine details of that. Before I do though, let's talk about the fashion. The hat, this is the first time you really see a logo on a hat. This is kind of my dress hat because it says Snap on there. Snap is for pets. It's spay, neuter, adopt program, and basically it's don't go to a pet store and buy a fancy dog. Don't, the breeder thing is a problem because there are far too many pets out there that are deserving of love and affection. And if you have the capacity in your heart to love a pet, check out one of the spay neuter adoption programs and find your next best friend, whether it be a cat, a dog, or any other kind of animal that you can adopt from a program that rescues animals. That's just a really great thing. Now the shirt, let's get into the fashion part again. The shirt, this particular shirt we picked up from a store called Beals. I think it's B-E-A-L-L-S. It's Bells, Beals. I really don't know how to say it or anything like that. But this shirt I also found on the internet on Amazon.com. Not this shirt, the company. And I'll make a separate standalone video about this because I'm kind of reviewing this shirt now. It has a hole in the sleeve. It's a long sleeve shirt, but it has a hole in it. Now this hole I instantly recognized as a thumb hole. It's something to do with stealth and, camouflage and things of that nature, but it's something that gives you a little bit of protection for your hand in that. Okay, taking my glasses and putting them away there. I have my glove, and I put my glove on with this thing across my hand, and it doesn't affect anything. The shirt doesn't affect the glove doesn't affect the shirt, and I can put the glove on, and I have protection across my arm. Now the shirt is one of those moisture wicking shirts that allows the moisture. I sweat. I'm going to sweat like nobody's business here, or the pigs are chewing on the roots in the back field back there. I'll sweat like that, and the moisture wicking shirt just takes the moisture that I'm sweating out, and it helps it evaporate faster to help keep me cooler. Also, the shirt is a hoodie. This is the one I could not find out there on the internet anywhere. And I think it's a Bells or Beals, whatever they say, exclusive kind of shirt. They got it, but it is a hoodie, and I like the way that the hood works better, and it also has more neck protection for me down here, so I don't have to wear that thing so much, just across my face a little bit, and I have good sun protection from this particular hoodie. It has, instead of a single stitching down the front to give you that kind of wizard look in the back where the point sticks up, this has 2 rows of stitching, which keeps it more rounded to your head. And I like that a lot. Let's go and look how it is that I have these things set up. So I'm going to snatch the camera off of the tripod and then show you this setup. and then we're going to pull this bush. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, folks, here's the setup, nice and simple. I'm not using my microphone, so I hope I'm not yelling or anything. Hopefully you can see that I got this strap. Basically, I throw it around the bush. I'll show you that in a second. I throw it around the bush once, I pull it through, I wrap it around the entire bush, and stalk of the bush, and then I pull it through again, and then I take the two straps, hopefully the camera will adjust for this, and it's got the hooks here, and then I just back the truck right up to it, and I hook it right into these two holes here. Hopefully this will adjust. There's a hole on each side of the trailer hitch thing, and I can pull it through. Now what I do, wait for the camera to adjust here. All right, there's a nice gap between each of the bushes. There's a gap there. There's a gap between two bushes. I throw the hook through, then I pull it around twice, and it's easy to do when it's the end bush. All right, I don't want to be climbing through all the bushes like a crazy man. I'm going to just go by the end bush because I have room to work over there, and I can stand over there, pull it around, and get the job done. Now, next part of this video will be me backing the truck up a little bit and hooking it up to these two hooks. All right, hang on. All right, using the backup mirror there, or the backup camera, I just go ahead and back up. The bottom of the image is the back of the truck. So I do want to go over that just a little bit to have some slack. And I know that they're there. Put everything in park. And let's go check out the hookup. All right. All right, so I got a little bit of slack here. Now these can fall off here, so you got to be careful. You don't want to yank forward. You don't want to jerk the truck forward. Let's get into the vehicle part of this real briefly. This is a Nissan Frontier Midnight Edition truck. And I'll talk about that in a separate video, but let's go in there and pull this bush. All right. All right, so what I'm doing is I put it in gear, and I kind of, I'm riding with the brake here. All right, driving with the brake, and I just release, and I roll forward a little bit. All right, now I look in the mirror here, and I can see the bush wiggling around a little bit. I pull, 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 and out he comes. All right, so the bush is out. Now, a cool way to do this would be to just drop the bush right there. But this is the fire pit right here. So I'm going to bring it right over to the fire pit and drop it off of these other bushes. So let's go take a look at that. All right, so here we go. What I do is I just grab the bush, not too heavy. Pull it forward, drop these things down, and I can just basically pull them off. Nice and easy. Just takes me a couple of minutes. Now, part of this whole thing is that it's not too heavy because it's not soaking wet. All right, and I just let me just pull this whole thing off this way now. All right, just wrap up the cable, pick it up by the it's a word of advice here, pick it up where you got the heavy things in your hand so you don't bang your truck up. Anyway, and that's it. All right, just drop the bush off with the other bushes. I'll put a little closer, and it just rips the roots right out. All right. So we'll just pull him over there a little bit closer. And what I'll do, I will knock off some of the dirt. All right, so I'll knock some of the dirt off of that, and we'll just put them in there one by one and burn them up in the fire pit, and we'll be done with them. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back, and I'll give you a ground view of what it looks like with the bush getting ripped out of the ground. All right, let me go ahead and I'll throw this thing here between the two bushes. Bring it around, loop it around, and then I'll back the truck up and then hook the hooks up again, all right? There is kind of a dead bush next to this bush here. I'll pull out the big bush because, well, it's more dramatic for the video. Let's watch. Okay, there you have it. There's still a bush in there. I'm gonna have to wrap that one up too. But before I do that, I'm gonna go take this one that I just pulled off, or pulled out, and I'll take that one over to the fire pit, and I'll come right back and do the other one, all right? But that's really all there is to it. Just go ahead and use the tow hitch holes and hook the, you know, put the hooks in there for your tow rope and just pull the bushes right on out. And it's, this is the only one, this is the hardest one I had. All the other ones just came right out. All right, so with that, so I catch you in the next video. Take care and be well.